Greetings, greetings, greetings. Greetings, you are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian own, nothing control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 790. Today we're talking about when the student is ready, the teacher appears. This episode, appreciate everybody once again for typing into the chat where you're listening live from, where you're listening to replay from. This episode is for all the trustees that are falling off the bandwagon at times. People that are reaching out to the vault and say, hey, I want to find out what trustee training is. I've gotten into a trustee situation. I am managing my family estate. I want to protect some of my assets. These are still people that are, when a student is ready, the teacher appears. Oh, Trust Christian, am I just going to get into a trust? That's what people do. But the people that learn trusteeship, they know how to manage their family estate. And they set up the family estate for generations to be managed with or without them. When you're in the environments that we're in, you'll see it's more about the management and the system that's in place as opposed to your individual performance. There's so many people that they feel that they don't have the skill set, they don't have the talent. So many people are looking at their identity currently. I'm in a job, I don't have this, I don't have that. When in all actuality, first thing we learned in trusteeship, the mentor told us, trust Christian, write down what you're good at. 100%. There's no, oh, trust Christian, how do I start? Mentors told us, write down what you're good at. It's bottom line. Trust Christian, we enjoy doing research. There's a lot of people that enjoy reading. Well, if you enjoy reading, trusteeship might be for you because you're going to read. That's in trustee training. Oh, I like listening to information about business and how to become a better manager. People talk about self-development. If you like self-development, trusteeship is actually going to be for you. You want to improve yourself. You want to get better and putting better systems in place for yourself and put better things in place for yourself, whether it's procedures, then triggers, things like that. Trusteeship may be for you because that's what it entails. It entails you looking at a calendar, looking at a list, looking. Here we go, another one. We could say that a lot of people they walk into trusteeship, and this is one of the biggest things they say. Oh, man, trust Christian. I know I'm not this. They know they're not a leader. They don't want to say that, but they know they're not a leader. So they'll say, "Oh, trust Christian. I'm not." They don't want to say this. They're not a leader. A leader means that you've taken actions and other people are following for that idea now behind the actions you've taken for the idea. So if you set up family estate or you're in family estate trustee position, then the people that you work with, they're going to be in alignment with the idea that this is to perpetuate the family estate for generations to come. And that's easily how you qualify them. So a lot of trustees will say, well, I don't know how to interview people. You do know how to interview people because if they're not in alignment with the idea and the work that you're doing, then yes, you can just move on. You can say, hey, you're not cut out for the fit that we're looking for right now. We're looking for somebody. And so Trust Christian will give you the easiest way to go about it because people say, oh man, Trust Christian stuff is so complicated. Life is complicated. No, it's not. Trust Christian is going to tell you the simplest things, probably the best things. Trust Christian will tell you that for sure. And let's go there. Trust Christian, tell us how you qualify people in the beginning. Well, we'll tell you how we do it for the newer ventures now. First one is accessibility. The second one is accountability. That's what gets you in the door. If you're not able to be called, be emailed, be able to pick up the phone within a 24 to 48 hour period, no. If it's not accountable, meaning that, hey, we send a message, you don't respond, or you respond in a period of time, then no. Simple as that. Trust Christian, that's how it looks. Just thinking about it now, we'll give you some of the parameters some of the mentors gave us. So you say, oh, okay, what does it look like working with a mentor, the teacher? Okay, so first of all, most of our mentors did make us pay. Oh, Trust Christian, you didn't pay. I thought you gonna pay for mentorship. I thought you gotta pay $25,000 for mentorship. I thought you gotta why you gotta pay for mentorship, Trust Christian. You gotta pay money for mentorship. Why I gotta pay you for trustee training then? Huh? I gotta pay you for trustee training. So, we'll share with you how the mentors disguise what you call a payment. Some people would think that, oh, I got around giving compensation. I got around giving equal or greater value. First of all, the mentor doesn't really get much out of us other than just success. Like, we do our best to tie our ventures to our mentors and work with our mentors and be successful with our mentors. But most of our mentors, they're just not doing the things that we want to do all the time. Some of them, for the most part, and most of them aren't. They're at a different phase in life. They're at a different place in life. So we're not doing what they're doing. A lot of them make money with ideas that we think are outdated to a degree, and so great. But when it comes to working with your mentors, the way you compensate them is when we met with one of our mentors for years, and he told us, all right, we can meet for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you know. But the mentor said, Trust Christian, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you this one time. We're gonna meet. I'll meet with you, but you better make sure you always have your wallet, and you better make sure you always have money to pay for the meal. So, some people they wouldn't take that the right way, but the mentor he kept going. He was like, and just to let you know, if you ever forget your wallet, if that accidentally ever happens, I'll never meet with you again. Now, some people could say, oh, this is harsh, all this other stuff. It's just the agreement, ladies and gentlemen. We know it's not for everybody. That's why everybody don't know this guy. We could pick up the phone. We can call him. This is an individual that trains us how to travel internationally with firearms, how to travel across the country with firearms. Y'all sitting here talking about, oh man, there's all these laws and all these rights and all this stuff. No, you don't know the law. So when you know the law, when you're aware of the laws, because you did the research or you're around people that know them, these you travel freely. So mentor said, Trust Christian, if you don't ever do, what we talk about. If you said if you don't ever show up with your wallet or it accidentally bounces like a rubber ducky, he said, I'll never meet with you again. Trust Christian understood exactly what it meant. There was days where Trust Christian double check and triple check. Maybe even did it more than that. Pat, 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 every single time. Pat, pat, pat. Pat in the pocket. Pat in the pocket to make sure you got the wallet. Pat in the, making sure that making sure you got enough money in the bank to go and go meet with the mentor. That's just what it is. The mentor might have you travel across town. The mentor will give us middle grounds. The mentor didn't stretch us as far as, hey, you got to come here to yonder to meet with me, because really the mentor never asked for the meetings, we did. So the mentor will give us a good middle ground. They would meet us at, and that's that. And we would meet for an hour. The mentors always say, the student ready teacher appears. The mentors say, Trust Christian, email me your questions before we meet up so I can know what we're going to talk about. Now, some people might take that lightly. Oh, Trust Christian, I ain't even going to do that because, I don't have questions before. Then the mentor tell you there's no need to meet. But if you have the questions before, you just can get to the meeting. You say, hey, mentor, some of my questions changed. Now, a lot of people, y'all got smartphones, so y'all could easily email the questions to the mentor. But the mentor wanted to be prepared. So if you didn't send the questions the night before, the mentor is definitely probably not excited to meet with you. And he'll tell us that. But on the back end of that, we knew what we were walking into every single time. Even if it was 3 questions. Some people could say, oh, Trust Christian, you sat there for 30 minutes to an hour and you went over 3 questions. Hey, sometimes 1 question, sometimes 1 question. Oh man, you went all the way across town to meet with the mentor for 1 question. Yep. Yep. So the way you say, oh, I'm the student is ready, the teacher appears, Judge Christian was patting his pocket, pat, 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 every single time, because we just wanted to just respect the mentor, honor the mentor, and do the right thing, and we did, and that's just what it is. This is the same mentor. When we first met him the first time, we were 5 minutes late. Some people could sit here and say, "Oh, Trust Christian, are you ever late? You're never late." Trust Christian would tell you, not late, but at the same time, that day we weren't there on time. So you have to be somewhere on time. On time means the meeting started at a certain time, and we were like 6 or 7 minutes late. and we sat down at the table. Now, granted, we were being introduced to the mentor. Even in this meeting, mentor said, "Trust Christian, I'ma just let you know straight up. If you ever are late to another meeting with me, I'll never meet with you again." This is a mentor that you can see he has a pretty definite standard across the board. But this is also a mentor. This mentor is considered like a surgeon in trusteeship. He's somebody that has the years of experience to do surgery on your family member to keep them alive. For all y'all want context. Oh, Trust Christian, how good is he? If your family member needed surgery, you're only going to trust a few people, the ones that are qualified. He's qualified. He has the experience doing the surgeries too. So he's not just, oh, I'm a reader of the book. No, he's not a reader of the book. So we have a level of appreciation for this particular mentor. But that's how that goes. When a student is ready, the teacher appears. Oh man, a lot of trustees will say, "Oh man, Trust Christian, I'm trying to be the best trustee I could be." You're trying to be the best trustee, but you don't have control of your calendar yet. You try to be the best trustee, but you're not focused on building the relationships in trusteeship yet. That's how you gotta be ready. Now here we go. We're gonna go ahead and set this at ease. Hey, if you listen to the episode this long, we appreciate you. We're gonna go ahead and let you know what it is. First of all, you're never ready. So for all of y'all that want to use that word, oh, you're ready, you're not ready. What the mentor shared was with us was, you're not ready. You just get comfortable. Oh, Trust Christian, that's really what this episode about. When you get comfortable with the way Trust Christian the way Trust Christian talks, when you get comfortable with the way Trust Christian manages trustee training, or the way trustee training is set up, then you'll engage in trustee training. For the most part, most people have to get comfortable with that because they're comfortable not being a trustee. They're comfortable not learning trusteeship. But the ones of you all that are like, okay, I'm uncomfortable in my regular life because I want to be comfortable doing something else now. And so now you're actually comfortable to learn trusteeship. And what people learn is you find comfort in learning trusteeship. You don't, I'm getting ready for trusteeship, or I'm ready for trusteeship. You don't need to be ready for trusteeship because there's no ready for trusteeship. If you were born into a family estate situation where you have significantly a lot more capital, you're not prepared for that. There is no preparation for that. But the preparation comes from preparing yourself to get comfortable with that situation, not preparing yourself to get ready for the situation. It's preparing yourself to be comfortable in and working on the situation. And this is where trustees have to find, they run into a lot of situations. What are some of the situations they run into, Trust Christian? Getting the emotional comfort to be uncomfortable, learning new information, engaging with new people. You can sit here and say, "Oh, I was born into a poverty family. I was born into a family that wasn't well off." Okay, if you weren't born into that situation, if you weren't born into that situation, then okay, you weren't born into that situation. How are you going to be comfortable? So what you do is, and this is where it may be challenging for trustees, you actually practice putting yourself in those environments to get comfortable. You just don't say, "Oh, I got to get ready to go," because you're never really ready if you're not in that socio-economic class or menu. So what you do is you get comfortable, so when you do go in there, you're not uncomfortable going in there. You're comfortable being in the environment and you just learning. That's it. It's no, "Oh man, what is it, Trust Christian?" You're just learning. And a lot of people are not used to that. They're so used to, "Oh, I went to school. This is the way learning is supposed to be." A lot of trustees, we know a lot of trustees actually are learners by doers. That is trusteeship. It's not, "Oh, Trust Christian, I gotta read a book on this stuff. I'm gonna read a book." It's not read a book. It's just being honest with you. It's not read a book. You can read a book all you want. We used to give out a trustee manual to trustees. "Oh, here's the trustee manual." Did they come in the room yet? No. It ain't that many wealthy rooms. It's wealthy rooms, but did we see you in the wealthy room yet? No. Why? Because there has to be a constant seeking. First of all, okay, we'll give you an example. If you're under 50, what are we talking about here? We know trustees that are 65 plus that are still coming to the environments and they're focused and they're learning with their pad, learning with, they're learning with their pad and their pen. Because when a student's ready, the teacher appears. The senior wealth managers, senior trustees understand that everything changes. And since things change, we are in a constant state of learning. That's it. So when the student is ready, you just get comfortable being uncomfortable, learning new information. Especially if you're building a business, you understand, wow, okay, that means that I actually am building a business that is going to require me to learn things. I'm going to have to change what I'm doing in my business and what I'm doing to my business. And I'm going to have to change, or I'm going to have to change really, not even just the business. It's more so about your habits, your study habits more than anything else. That's what the mentors tell you, and that's just the truth. A lot of people don't want to hear this. Why? Because the reality is you want to learn what you're doing, but how you gonna learn it if you just read it in a book? So if you're not learning it in a book, you learn it by doing it. You learn it from seeing somebody else do it. See, a lot of people don't know about that. That's the purpose of mentorship. That's been since antiquity. You're going to learn from someone else by being around them and seeing them. So a lot of people will say, oh, trust Christian. Trust Christian. Somebody just typed into the chat that the live stream just started. It's been started. So trust Christian. You're my trust mentor. You're the only trust mentor I got that I get direct contact and gives me the private information. But once again, we're gonna go ahead and share with y'all. A lot of it, people don't want to hear it, but the reality is, and this is the reason why people are gonna fail, is because you understand the difference between spending and investing. And when you understand the difference between spending and investing, you're just going to make it a point to invest in the relationships. Whether that is you making a phone call on the hey, how you doing today, or you calling a mentor saying, hey, I want to learn from you today, or hey, mentor, I got an idea. Can we make some money together today? You want to add value. You want to invest. You want to invest with the mentor. And when you're around the mentor, you're studying their habits, how they answer the phone, how they communicate with people, how they live in their daily lives. So some trustees will come back and say, oh, trust Christian, nobody's perfect, everybody has flaws. You got the goofballs on the internet say, oh yeah, you don't want to meet your hero because you're going to be disappointed. And that's probably why they suck in life. It's because you don't want to meet your hero, the one person that inspired you to get off your rusty dusty to do something successful and productive. But the losers say, oh, you don't want to meet your hero because no one's perfect. You'll find something about them that they don't, that you would like about them. Okay, well, there's things that you don't like about a lot of people. So what? But what we can say is, the mentors are where you want to be in life, and they actually are a role model for success for that particular venture that you're working on. So are you going to humble yourself, or are you going to go into student mentality and say, okay, yeah, this mentor don't really work out the way I like working out. Oh, this mentor doesn't have the personal life that I want to have, so you got to get over that. Oh man, I don't want to do that. Trust Christian. Okay, don't. But once again, if you say, oh, I'm going to learn trusteeship, if you're going to learn it by doing it, then once again, having a mentor in front of you that you can call and or email and talk to. And the funny part about it is, whether y'all know it or not, just like Trust Christians putting out the information, we know mentors that are truly successful, that we're all just selective on what we're talking about. Some mentors are going to talk to you about, oh, you should meditate now. Some mentors are going to tell you should get sleep. Some mentors are going to tell you to work your butt off and tell you till your eyes are red and your balls are blue, if you know what I mean. That's what the mentors are going to tell you. But at the end of the day, it comes down to the study habits that leads to the work habits. And the mentors got a lot of sayings for us. The mentors got a lot of sayings for us. They'll tell us, hey, you can learn from me, or you can go out and do it. The mentors tell you down there go to school. We got trustees that have went to law school. Some people say, "Oh, trust Christie. Are you serious?" Yes, we have trustees that have gone to law school, completed law school. Yes, we have trustees that have gone through. They've created episodes for us actually. On the private side, they've done reviews on cases when they were going through law school. There are trustees that go through pretty formal educations. Okay, great. That's great. That's for them and their family. So when the mentor suggests that, some people took that route. We also heard what the mentor said. Trust Christian, it don't matter what you do. It ain't in the book because it ain't on paper. Right. Now, granted, some of y'all may say, oh, trust Christian for real. First of all, you learn from the paper. The paper are the previous cases that are in our sector. The cases, the precedent. 100%. 100%. The cases of trusteeship that people have won successfully. Not the failures, the successes. And we'll give you guys another example. So, you could tell a loser from a winner. Some people gonna come into the meeting. We used to go into meetings with our mentors. It'd be like 25 people, 50 people, something like that. Sit in the room and the mentors, at the board. He's just going over a few different things. And somebody's gonna ask the question, well, can you tell us the case where somebody failed? And the mentor is gonna tell you straight up, there's no need to tell you that. Why? Because if I tell you I'm here to program you for success, not program you for failure. But that's how you know a person doesn't understand that. Oh, I want to know what the failure cases are. Mentors ain't never told us no failure cases. That's just bottom line. Some people, they come into it with the mentality of that. Oh, tell us what the failure cases are. Tell us what the failure cases are like. Tell us who failed in this. Tell us who failed. Right. That's what you want to know. And if you have that type of thinking, you're not ready, let alone comfortable. Because you're thinking about failure. You're thinking about how it's going to go wrong. And if it goes wrong that way, you knew it was going to go wrong that way. But the mentors didn't prepare us that way. So they didn't prepare us that, oh, if you don't know, if you don't know how to succeed, you're going to succeed. No, they specifically trained us on what does success look like. They ingrained in our mind what are the things you can't do. It's nothing personal. It's business for us. We've been trained in that thought process. It's never personal. Really? Trust Christian? It just isn't. Mentors done trained us in the stewardship. Oh, I gotta be a steward of resources, a steward of assets. Yes, a steward. And living at the level of being resourceful, not being a taker, not being a degenerate, not taking things, in a negative way. Just doing your best to be optimistic and positive and productive. Once again, the mentors are dang near waiting around for people to reach out to them. That's just bottom line. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people say, oh man, if you think about right now, Trust Christian loves giving dynamic thought. For a lot of trustees say, oh, I never thought about that. If you think about the one person you admire in business or you admire in trusteeship, if you reached out and sent them an email, you will be surprised on how fast they respond. And that's another thing. A lot of people don't want to hear that too. We done had so many successful people in various domains of their life, and they usually respond the fastest. They'll respond on a Sunday, while some people sit here and say, oh yeah, you shouldn't be doing business on Sunday. Oh, I wouldn't do business on Sunday. Well, that's for you. But the rest of us, for some of y'all that's like, hey, y'all on the fence, oh man, Church Christian, I don't know if I could send an email, I don't know if I can make a phone call. You can do both. And guess what? There are mentors, you send them an email on Sunday and they sending you an email right back. Right? Is that true, Trust Christian? 100%. 100%. They respond back in less than an hour. Oh man, on a Sunday, Trust Christian? Yes. Hey, it comes down to, at the end of the day, as a trustee, are you making it a point to study? Do you set aside time every single day to study? Some people would say, give us the secret, Trust Christian. I need to know your secret. Well, the easiest secret for a Trust Christian is just our 9-minute rule. You gotta study 9 minutes every day. You gotta read over something that's for trusteeship every single day. 9 minutes. It's like, oh man, I got 24 hours in a day, Trust Christian. I can't find 9 minutes to do it every single day, non-stop. It's just non-stop. I can't do it. Hey, we already know what category you in, but whether y'all know it or not, elite trustees read over something for trusteeship every single day. No doubt about it. It could be a bank statement, it could be a case, it could be some type of book, it could be something. 9 minutes. Anything to make them a better trustee. It's 9 minutes. Oh man, trust Christian. I believe in sacred geometry. I believe in the divine numbers. Oh, seven is for God and the completion and all this other stuff. Well, okay, what are you doing with the numbers? What are you doing with it? Since you know it, Trust Christian's using it. We're sharing it with you. That yes, oh, Trust Christian, if you telling me I could get better at something for 9 minutes every day, y'all already know. Y'all have heard the statement before. You got to put in your 10,000 hours. So it's just like this guy that created the light bulb. Now y'all think about this, and we were thinking about this yesterday too, because well, y'all, this is the funniest part. Think about it. Why would a person not engage in trusteeship? Here we go. We're gonna get y'all what the mentor told us yesterday. He said, "Trust Christian, in business is like anything. In trusteeship, he said it's the uncertainty that kills people." We're sitting there like, wow, this mentor is going to tell us this right here today. This mentor said the uncertainty. That's all a mentor said. Trust Christian is the uncertainty that people are uncomfortable with. They hope that it works. They hope that their actions are going to be fruitful. They hope that the next generation is going to take it. They hope that there's going to make it to two generations, which they say by the second generation, 70% of the money that you would have put together is gone. That's just statistically out there. It says there it's over 50 to 50 plus percent. So it's a 50-50 chance 2 generations from now, 70% of the money is going to be gone. That's just out there. Y'all can go look up the statistics on the internet. What people have researched, that's just what it is. So if you're going to get past that, there's a level of uncertainty and a level of definitive planning that comes into place. Oh man, the uncertainty, 100%. It's the uncertainty of if it's going to work. Then the mentor say, well, Trust Christian, that's when you got to get serious with it. And that's true. The mentor say you got to go out there and do things that if they were uncomfortable, you got to get comfortable doing them. What's that? Leadership, telling people what to do. Oh, I gotta tell somebody what to do. Yeah, you gotta tell somebody what to do. You gotta at least ask them. You gotta get somebody to help you and join you on your journey to build out a family estate so you can look like the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers are a family. They also have people that work for them. They got the lawyers. They got the accountants. They have the managers. Right? You have to go out and find them. Oh, Trust Christian, I'm gonna just pray and they gonna come to me. Even if they came to me or came to you, are you comfortable with the conversation that you have to have with them? And we're gonna go ahead and leave y'all on this one. So here we go. Some people say, "Oh, Trust Christian, man, I thought I was slick. I thought that, I could just have these people come to me, and I'm gonna be ready." Bam, you got back to the word, right? But then when they came to you, you found out when you talking from where you at right now, you never closed the deal. You never got them to join your team. If you're thinking about where you are right now, oh man, I gotta build forward. I gotta build to the family estate. That's how you know you're gonna fail. We Trust Christians telling you this from the bottom of his heart, and that's that is you can't think from where you're at right now. You have to think about what you want the estate to look like from multiple generations right now. If you don't have that type of thought process, it's not gonna work. Why? Because the trust was supposed to be set up for generational wealth. So you have to go to the end. You have to go to where you see it as far as you can say, oh man, I can see out 10 generations. Bull crap. It's not about seeing out 10 generations. It's about saying, okay, I'm going to put a system in place. It ain't about 10. It's more than that. So for that reason, we're going to put a system in place. Just like your car. It has a system. You get in and you expect the system to work. If you can identify the system, the trustee system, then you know that it works. But there are successful trustee systems and there are unsuccessful trustee systems. The ones that work forever and the ones that don't. We're giving y'all the statistic. You can go look it up. The ones that work, you want to research them. That's it. Study every day. Oh, Trust Christian, what y'all mean? We had trustees. I listened to 400 episodes. I just sat here for a whole year listening to your episodes every day. Okay, great. That's how that, ladies and gentlemen, That is what we've had trustees come to us and say. Oh, Trust Christian, I listened to the information for a whole year straight. Exactly. They listened to the information for a whole year straight. One of our mentors, we had a book before we knew him. Then once we met him, he gave us additional reading materials. So once again, these are your they get you could okay, here we go. A lot of trustees gonna say, oh, Trust Christian, I don't know a great mentor, all this stuff is expensive and all this other stuff. Okay, Trust Christian, we used to wonder what was the purpose of reading. A lot of people don't ever ask themselves this question. It probably doesn't matter to them. It's fine. Why am I reading? What is the purpose of reading? Matter of fact, what's the purpose of a book? Oh, Trust Christian. The epiphany came to Trust Christian. The book is transferring knowledge from one individual and their experience from one individual to the next. They're sharing their experience. Okay. That's how you get mentored by the mentors. You just get around, you look, you hear their experience. And you do your best to either duplicate success or you're going to, by default, duplicate not getting it done. It's just that simple. Trust Christian can tell you, we got a step-by-step process. We do our best to follow it every single day. We know it's not going to look sexy. We know it may not look cool. Trust Christian gonna make it look cool, but we know it don't always look cool. It's not for everybody. We would like to think it's for everybody. We would love to think it's for everybody. Oh, they're gonna get it, Trust Christian. What do you mean? They gotta self-select. They have to say that they're gonna. Okay, Trust Christian. What's the checklist? What's the stats? I gotta check this every single day, or I gotta check these things. Yep, this is what you gotta check. This is what you gotta do in the respect of. Oh man, Trust Christian, I'm not gonna do that. Don't worry. See, the mentors, they gave us a formula, and we're super thankful that we have a formula. And a lot of people, they don't want to admit it. Oh man, there's no one formula, there's no one way to do it. Okay, it's not a one way, but we letting y'all know it's one system. It's the trust system. It's the same thing they got in the United States. The United States is running off the trust system, but some people want to avoid it. Think about that. The United States is a trust. It's a contract, right? Between states, right? Between the people of those states, right? Right. It's a contract. But oh no, Trust Christian, I'm not trying to act in no trusteeship. And that's fine. But for the ones of y'all that want to act in trusteeship, that know, okay, the Gov, they gave us a little halfway education in partnership with the Rockefellers. Hey, we love the Rockefellers, appreciate you. But Rockefellers, oh man, they put a system in place that said, you just gonna work for somebody. Go to school. Get an education. And work for somebody. Oh, it's a few of you guys, you're going to be farmed in doing this, that, and the third. There's a few of you guys that will be really good at, will train you how to become managers. And that is the point. You want to be a great manager, a great steward, a great operator. What is your technical process? But here we go. And we'll end it for sure. The mentors will tell you, Trust Christian, it's not about your technical skills. They're like, all the skills vary. Everybody has different skills they bring to the table. That's what the mentors told us. But what the mentors did tell us, what the mentors did say is, hey, Trust Christian, and this is across the board, whether y'all want to hear this or not. Oh, Trust Christian, you don't know, man. You don't know. We do know. The mentors told us. Because a lot of people won't admit this in the public. They will if they're great at something. They'll tell you that there's an emotional undertaking. Because we understand it's a mental thing, we understand trusteeship's mental, then there's going to be an emotional component to it. And for that reason, you have to develop the emotional component to it. That's just bottom line. There is an emotional component to it. So there's going to be many times where you might have decision fatigue because of emotional, whatever it is. Emotional thoughts. And when you have these emotional thoughts, those are the things that's going to dictate how you make a decision. People don't want to hear this though sometimes. Oh, Trust Christian, man, I don't want to do that. Okay, well, great. Don't do it. But the ones that understand, we got a lot of entrepreneurs that reach out. They understand there's an emotional undertaking. They understand that there's uncertainty. They understand those things. And they understand that, okay, I'm never really ready for them. I'm just comfortable. Right. By doing the right things as a manager. That's it. Are they emotional? Oh man, Trust Christian, I'm not going to admit some of the decisions I make are emotional. Right? Most of the things that we do are going to have an emotional component to it. Trusteeship is going to have an emotional component to it. No doubt about it. Trusteeship has an emotional component to it. And that's what we train trustees in. Okay, are you prepared for the mentality? Are you prepared for the emotional aspect? Going out there, hearing this, hearing that, doing this, doing that, outside your comfort zone, but being comfortable doing it. And somebody say, "Oh, Trust Christian, how did you get comfortable?" Trust Christian, we just practiced what the mentors would do. Practiced it 100% in our head. Visualization, conversations in our head. Yes. Oh man, Trust Christian, I gotta do that. Yep. And if you don't do it, great. But most of our trustees, most of our mentors, they actually have mental development programs, and one of them is the practicing the conversations that they're going to have, visualizing the conversations that they're going to have with people, and things of that nature. That's just the truth. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listening to replay. Feel free to reach out. Christian at trustchristian.com if you want trustee training. Christian at trustchristian.com. Look forward to hearing from you all for trustee training. Peace and